I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All Complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to CTA Review. Today is August 12th, Monday, 2024. Hope you had a good day and weekend here. So let's go right to it here. As you can see, I've been discussing about this idea. I made this video last week on the 8th about just slowly coming up here as an option. If you look on the daily side, you can see that, we're pretty much sealing that imbalance right there. And then kind of coming back down for another leg. Okay, so with that being said, I kind of cleaned up the charts. I've been gone for a while and I've been getting kind of lazy, so I kind of dismantled the unviewed on the daily imbalances. Kept it on the other time frames, but just so it's relevant for what we're using. Cleaned it up a little bit and then added the bearish daily imbalance. I thought that was obvious, but I had a person email me yesterday like, oh, can you highlight what this imbalance right here, and can you, when you show your trade, can you toggle the actual levels of executions? I'm like, dude, I mean, I don't understand why I don't work for you, bro. Like, but no hard feelings, and I'm not trying to be rude. Just take what I'm offering and giving you, and just be cool. But anyways, clean up the chart here, and you can see this is a daily imbalance, right? So you have to highlight also the gap. So you have the daily imbalance there, which is August 2nd, which was Friday, and then you have the gap itself, and you have to go to it. So, and as you can notice here, some extra tidbit, you can notice that there is no wick on that candle, which was Monday. So another reason why we came back up and mitigated that area. Some people call it different names, but generally speaking, algorithm is going to come and reprice that. But anyways, when you do this daily imbalance, you have to include that gap if there is a gap there. So that being the case, I highlighted, and you can see 50% right here. I should have did this yesterday. I don't know why I didn't, but whatever. And then I highlighted, okay, we got this daily imbalance that we were sitting in. I'm sorry, weekly imbalance that we're sitting in from up here, top left, and then you see these two down candles, right? These two down candles acting as support as well, and then we've tapped that twice. Generally speaking, I'm just drawing it out. So I'm not saying this is going to hold or anything. But anyways, so you can see that it's slowly creeping up. And what did we do? Well, today we did tag that low, which would be the July 30th. As we broke through, we came back to mitigate any buyer's remorse, right? So anybody who was buying here and the price went right through, now they have a chance to get out. This is simple logic of price action. This is what helps me maneuver and be successful in trading. Just from this idea alone. The second idea would be, where are the imbalances of the inefficiencies? Well, this is the same idea. We're also doing that. So buyer's remorse, this scenario, and imbalance is accomplishing two things by us going up. All right. And then number 3, liquidity. Now this is what I meant to show yesterday, but I didn't. I was going to get into these levels here, but I really didn't, and I should have, because I dropped the ball by not paying attention to it too much. But as you can see, these are equal highs here with these levels right here. And we already obviously hit that yesterday. But then here, this was, because if you're asking, well, how far are we going up, right? Let me just draw that out. How far are we going up? Let me change this color here. I'll make it green. Why not? So as you can see, this is our day, Monday. We popped up and we did hit that level because there's equal highs here. So when you're asking yourself where are you on the chart, like at that present moment today? Well, above you have the inefficiency that we just discussed. Number 2, we also have the liquidity. And there's that nice liquidity. We had a double top right there. Beautiful equal highs. That's a very nice big target for the algorithm to reference. And then after that, after they were done, after they hit that level, they were done. They came right back down to wipe out any buyers. And it looks like we're coming down now to possibly attack this area. And also in yesterday's video, I forgot to mention that we were also in this imbalance on this 4 hour. So when we tagged in this imbalance on Thursday, if I highlight it out, I know there's a lot going on in this chart, so I'm not trying to draw it, but as you can see here, I'm going to draw that out. You can see that we tagged that yesterday. So when we were doing yesterday's pricing, where is it? It's not showing up. Let me fix that. All right. All right. And then right here. So that 4 hour imbalance right there. See, you see how we tag in it right there from yesterday? That was the reason why when we tagged in yesterday, we tagged it and we took off, because that's also holding as support. Also, what was going on in this area was, if you look on the 4 hour, this candle, I'm going to delete this because there's a lot going on here. I'm going to delete this real quick. I know I should have mentioned it yesterday. Trying to make these videos short, but man, for me to fully explain everything, it takes, there's a great value here, but, it takes time. So, let's see here. Let me just do that real quick. This orange. So also this orange area, which is this candle right here, this 6 a.m. on Wednesday the 7th. This is also a support block, because what we do is we go through it, but it's not really a big displacement above, but we go through it above it, and then we kind of sit back on it. So we have the imbalance plus that candle all in one, and if I dragged it out, you'll see very, 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 very close to containing that price to nice precision there. And that's kind of like what we were doing yesterday. If anyone was wondering, I didn't mention it, but I can't remember everything to explain. So anyways, and I'm going to probably forget something in this video. So real quick, just to show you, let's go back into today, and you'll see here when we're starting with today's price action. I'll show you the trades in a second, but you'll see that we had this high here and this high here, and then we had this liquidity here, right? So we got like a nice range contracted type of price. So I'd call it like an inversed speaker, right? Where the price is literally like a diamond meeting higher lows, and then this is lower highs. You're wondering which way it's going to break out, right? Well, by 8:25, we had already took out that high, right? And then, sure enough, we're breaking down here, and I caught all this on a 5-minute actually. So you'll see that we had this inversion imbalance right here, this 8:20, this 8:25-minute candle right here. Pretty much, I understood that by the time I'm ready at 9:30, I was actually ready by earlier than that. I was actually ready by like 8:55 or whatever, and then I got in here. So for the people again who are wondering, let me just show you the trade. I did it a couple ways, so I'll show it this way, and then someone was going to say, well, you photoshopped this. I don't understand how anyone can photoshop this live. I just really have no idea how anyone's capable of doing that. But anyways, as you see here, this candle right there, and it's dragged out. It's an inversion imbalance right there because we took out that high. Now, because we took out the high, I'm expecting to take out the lows. I mean, very, very simple price action. I mean, nothing, no rocket science there. Just simple price action. We have the weekly open gap right there, as you see. So when I'm in this trade, I'm in it early, right? And then 9:30 pops up, and then we shoot up, and it's like, dude, almost got my stop loss hit. But because of this gap right here, we initially hit this gap that was in between these candles. Let me show you so you understand. Let me zoom in. So you see this, you see there's a gap right here between this 8:30 and 8:35. So in that gap, look at the 8:40 candle pops up, and then it mitigates that spot. Cool. Okay, we want to see that. I'm not ready by that time. I don't take any trades before 8:50. Period. So anyways, and then this candle comes in, and then we pop right back into that inversion imbalance. And guess what? We have another gap right here. In between these two gaps, see, in between the 8:35 and the 8:40, you see the gap. I got it. I'm showing you with this purple box, where we pop in it, and I'm filled automatically. We never break that level. higher. So this is all lower highs, sort of speak. You see it coming down, lower highs right there. And then this is holding price. This is the model I'm using. And that's that. I mean, and then we're also holding resistance with this gap right here in between 725 and 730. So we're using this area here as resistance, and there it is. So where am I taking this? I am taking it to well, first I had this liquidity here with the opening range gap. So I want to seal the opening range. Got to hold on to it, and then we're underneath the midnight price. And then now my next target after here is obviously the opening gap of, because on a Monday especially we're gonna reference this gap many times, right? And then also we have these equal lows. Look, I mean, look how beautiful these equal lows are. So when I'm up here, I understand we wiped out the top liquidity. Then the next thing is to come and wipe this liquidity. Very, very, very simple price action. And sure enough, we hunt right to it. Beautiful. And now we get to the oversold. I take the screenshot here, big trade. I'm pretty much done for the day, but I do decide to take the next trade. And where does that look like? Well, right here, where now I'm at the bottom here. Okay, so now I switched to a 1 minute here because the reason why I did this because I wanted to show the entire. But I also did catch this on a 5 minute. But now 1 minute here. Now, when I took this trade, man, let me tell you, I dropped the ball here. Should have held this trade, but I was more interested in taking profit versus being right. And it's Monday, and we have CPI on Wednesday. We have big news on tomorrow as well. So, the market, I'm taking what I'm taking. And I'm not trying to hold any position. Doesn't matter. Tomorrow and Wednesday's news is going to wipe that out. Whatever direction you think you're going. It doesn't make sense. So I'm just taking two nice base hits and I've already accomplished what I wanted to accomplish. So I hope this all makes sense, but this is the reason why I get out right here. Now, obviously, you know that we came all the way up top and we do get to this liquidity that's sitting up here. So I could have held it for a nice home run up here, but I probably wouldn't have held it for these highs all the way up there. If I was to have held it, I would have held it for, I should have held it for this high right here, because if you look on the 15 minute, there's an imbalance right there, right? So that's just the high of the low of the imbalance, and I should have held it here to take out that high. Number two area I would have took this trade to is above this open gap of the new week, right? And then that meant I would have also mitigated this area right there. I wish I could. How can I do that? Well, they don't let me see that low right there, this low right here I'm showing you. Well, when we broke through that, I would also like to seal that gap, and that low is sitting on top of this opening gap. You can see that, right? So I would have held it to there. When I had the trade before, this trade and this trade, I'm well over 10 grand. I said, you know what, man, I'm done for the day. Take this shit out, because this could have been a gap where it doesn't get filled, and this could have been a control of price where it just and we're sitting inside this gap right there and that imbalance right there. So I was like, you know what, it has a high chance of keep coming down for another leg to take out that low, and then the liquidity it just built here. So I didn't trust it, and I made a good decision. I said I took the profit, but how did I catch this? Also, I had a double bottom here. Patience is key here. When the price come down, like even when I got out of this trade here, right? What would I like to do is hold it for 3 drives. 1, 2, 3 lows. Boom, get out. Because I know it's going to go 3 drives. Sometimes it doesn't. It'll just reverse right on one dime on one candle. And but in getting better exits and better fills of exits, I like doing it that way, where I'm holding for 3 drives, 3 lows, and call it a day for that trade. Now, catching the next trade. Now, I wouldn't catch this trade here. It is sort of floating in the area. I do have this gap in the background here, this little gap that's sitting there, which is really nice. And we don't take out this low right here. We don't take out that low right there. So I like this area. And give me another reason why I took this trade here. I'll let you think about it for a second. Why did I take this trade here and not up here? Well, if you had seen the divergence here going on, nice divergence, I wait for that. So, and if you wanted to exit by waiting for another divergence, for example, not getting out right here, but waiting till you see a divergence on the chart here, and then that would be your exit. That means you get the lowest low. I mean, hey, that's your model. I just give you another tidbit, but that's how I got into this trade, right? So when I got into this trade, I see the divergence. I see us hitting this gap in the background, not taking out this low, and then sure enough, I take the trade. So where did I take the trade? And I take it up to here. I was trading my P&L here, so I got out. But again, I didn't know if it was going to dip down longer. So, and what did it end up doing? As you see, let me go to a 1 minute here. And as you see, crazy, man. So I'm catching it here. And you can see this candle right here. This 10 o'clock dips in. I'm in a little early. I get in a little early. It's 9:57. I get in a little early. I was confident what I was doing, and then this 9:58 dips down a little bit, and then closes up. I should be waiting. Just a little tidbit. I should be waiting for this blue candle to close before I get to the entry. Because why? Well, now I understand. I have confirmation of it willing to go up. Number one. Number two. Then I can get the retrace back. What did it do? This retrace comes down, this 10:59, and then this 10 o'clock. Then boom, it dips 50% of that candle. Can't make this shit up. I show this pattern every day. Not many people are willing to do this. But I mean, I've been trading for a long time. But this is also, you could have waited for this imbalance as well. And that respected nicely. You could have entered right in any one of these areas here. But me, I'm always in early. But you can see that this 10 o'clock candle, 1 minute, this dips right to 50%, and it was off. It took off. So, anyways, I get out right here, right? But again, where would I have here? I would have held it for this high. I would have held it for the high of this opening gap, which is obviously also referencing that low. I would have held it for this high. There is an imbalance sitting right in between there. I would have held it for that yesterday's closing price. I would have held it also for this 50% of the opening gap. I would have held it for the midnight level. I would have held it for the opening of 9:30 today. And I would have held it for these highs right here. Why? Because this is where I got in. I got in this trade from this level right here. Why wouldn't the algorithm come back and shake us out? And that's another level of, this is where I really wanted to hold the price. I really wanted to hold it here, but I didn't, man. Just took the profit and wanted to be done. What did it do? Went all the way up. Three drives up. Got 1, 2, 3. 3 drives up. Reached that level that I was talking about, which was from Friday. Those double tops right there. Those two equal highs. We tagged that shit beautifully. And then we sank hard. I mean, I was already done, as you see here. All right, and then this is for the people who are fickle. Again, it's the last time I'll do it. I don't think I'm going to be doing this again. But for the guy who messaged me and said, show me the executions. It's like, dude, like, I don't understand. All right, so there's the execution. I got in right here. Got in right there. Price comes down. 9:30 pops up. I'm confident in my stop loss. I know it's not going to get hit. Lower highs here. I know we're coming down. If it had took me out and wicked me out, I would have got in again, just so you know. So, this is the game. And then, as you can see, I got out in that candle right there. And then I got in this candle right here. Got in right there, right? And then price pops up. And then I get out in this candle right here. Boom. Get out. Now, here's for the execution labels for the people who need that. I don't know why you need that. But it's just silly. So stop focusing on these little minor details. I'm not here because I'm bored. I'm do this shit. You know what I'm saying? As you can tell already, I show up every day, and when I do, so as far as me having to show you my executions, dude, I feel like I work for somebody now. It's like, what the hell? But just be easy, man. But anyways, that being the case here, and just delete that. What do? We pop up and right away, and I knew this was a nice sell. I had to feel it coming. Why? Because we already accomplished sealing that low right there. Number one. Number two, I saw him tag these equal highs. But I did see the 61 here. From this range, we're in this range, obviously, right? And then if you take a look here, when we got to 38, take a look here. Nice reaction right there. We sold off right there. See that? See this 38 level on the fib? Nice sell off. And then what did we do? We popped up to the 50. See the 50 right there? See the 50 right there? Look to the right. Boom. We sold hard off of that, right? Remember that? So I'm assuming people thought this was it. And then what did it do? We slowly grinded up. Now, I'm surprised it just stopped at that low and then didn't come into this 61 because we got that imbalance right there. And then do we tag this last up candle, which would make sense. This last up candle, look to the right here. So if we're gonna continue with our journey down, I do, if in this scenario, I do like us tagging that high. Now we don't have to because we have also this wick on the daily chart, so we don't have to. Refine is right there. You can see this is a 1 hour. You can see that this is the energetic move up from this level here, but also from this wick. So we've already tagged that wick. It has all right to sell off from there. It could come to 50% of it. It could come to this candle right here with a previous gap. I mean, anywhere in this area here to sink down if it does not come down from here. Let's make it that clear, right? So, but you can see the speaker here. We have plenty on the top side, but we don't really see too much on the bottom side, which would include this imbalance here. Yes, this is a balanced price range with this U. That's why I didn't mention it yesterday, but I kind of forgot to. But anyways, I am all over the place. But as you see, when we came up here, take a look at the divergence here. So one was popping up 1, 2, 3 drives, right? On this time frame. But you can see here, when we're up here, now you can see that they start to diverge. You can see that this starts to come down, right? You see that? See how we come down right here? We're starting to make lower highs on this indicator, and we're still making higher highs. Well, generally speaking, I know you're trying to catch one of them, right? But as you see, we took out that liquidity, and then we sank really hard. They didn't give you a chance to get in here if you knew. How could you have caught it? Well, this is a lower high from here, lower high, right? And then this lower high to that lower high. Look where it sinks from. It sinks from the 50%. So they did all this. God, I hate when they do that. They did all this, right? And then right there, right when it got to the 50%, then they sunk the price. See that? So, and then they made it an oversold area. See that? Oversold area right there. So how could you have caught it? Well, you could say that this is a lower high from here. Here's a lower high right there. You just tagged that liquidity. There's a wick right there, and then we're sitting at 50% of that wick, and then we start to break down. And then you could have also used. I mean, I could talk about. There's so much I could discuss, but I hope this is helping. Well, how did I get there? Let me see if this works. So also this inversion imbalance right here blows right through. You could have pushed to sell at any time if you were paying attention. But as you see, we come back, we make this low. Listen, I'm going to keep this fucking simple. I sold here because we've already wiped out liquidity to the left side. Not fully, but in general speaking. And then when we sold, what did we do? We wiped out the liquidity here. Okay? We wiped out that liquidity there. All right. And then when we came up, what did we do? We're just wiping out the liquidity to the left of people selling. And then when we fucking came up, what did we do? We came down to wipe out the people who were buying. All right. And then guess what? Guess. You don't say. When we got here, we came all the way back up because we were wiping the people who sold. And then we came back down because we wiped the people who bought. And fucking vice versa. I mean, listen. You want to make this simple? Just think like this. It's very, very logical, especially on a Monday, because they're trying to build sentiment and then you don't know which direction they're going. But anyways, man, tagging the opening new gap for the week right there. Coming back here, you can see that as resistance, wiping out the momentum, just balancing, and then coming back down here, wiping out any buyers. Nothing specific here. Coming back up to wipe out the sellers. And I mean, you can see this trade right there, taking the sell there. popping into this area right here. I'm not going to draw all this. I can't. I'll go crazy if I drew all this. But hopefully this is all helping and making sense. And then we came over here and to show you. Damn, 24 minutes, bro. Huh. You had higher lows here with Nas. You had lower lows here with S&P and Dow. So this is also pushing us up here. I should have held it longer. I didn't. Oh well. I don't have perfect days. It is what it is. But I'll tell you one thing. I'm profitable. And I'll tell you one thing. You saw me take 2 trades. There wasn't a million trades. I didn't overtrade. I didn't go on tilt. I don't go crazy. Patience, waiting for these trades to happen, for logical things, and this is happening, repeating every day. So, anyways, and as I took that sell here, we had a nice little divergence here on S&P, and I saw that too. I had that screen blown up, but and that's how we pushed down. So I initially got into that as well. That was just the last confirmation. It's nothing to do with any in the top 3 pieces of confirmation. It was literally my last one, but. It's making the quick decision. But anyways, and then this higher low pushed it up. And then when we came up here, we made another divergence here with lower highs on Dow. And we had higher highs here with S&P and Nas. And that pushed that bitch down. And this is where we are. So let's look at dollar real quick. Still fucking around, consolidating. Looks like they're on their way down, to be honest. I don't know. But we'll CPI shoot up right there. They let that little gap right there. So people who are kind of coming down, they might just ring that up real quick and then start making their way down. I'm just assuming. I don't know. And then as you see, what's it called? Dow. I don't know. This shit looks really ugly and suspect. This is also why I don't trade them. But they have some imbalance here. So can Dow push up and then come back down? I don't think the bottom side is done. I don't see how it can be, unless we get some miraculous news. I mean, I don't know, man. And then we have the same story with also ES as well. So again, some room on the top side for them. So if we're coming down, I say we come up one more time just to come back down, though. I mean, that would kind of make sense too. And then, and if we're going up, then I think we'd also shoot down into this imbalance right here of price before going up. It's not that it's in an imbalance. It is a balanced price range, but at the same time, they're just wiping out buyers, and that idea. I don't think I need to mention anything else. Nvidia kind of shot up and then also got into this gap right here of a balance, but we're pretty neutral. So you guys take care and God bless.